an intro video now. Okay, so we should be live now. Sorry if you saw that 6 seconds earlier of me. That was not supposed to air on YouTube, so my bad for kind of pump faking the live stream there. But you've got Lightsaber Samurai here back again for another live stream, and I wanted to hop on to test some things. Hopefully this microphone doesn't sound crazy. I got a new microphone, so I'm testing some new equipment as well as what is that? Oh, as well as just some new stuff here for the live stream setup that I am testing. And so I figured I'd go live for that. Figured I'd go live because I was supposed to put out my my second Move, PlayStation Move oriented video a week ago. And we'll talk a little bit about that. That got behind because of some difficulties trying to track someone down online. And I reached out to a couple of YouTubers. I'm not talking about you guys, but I was trying to get in touch with the creator and all that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I do have some pickups. I haven't been playing a lot of games, but unfortunately, one of the video game stores in town closed down. And so I did snag up a bunch of games for like really, really cheap. So they're not like super fantastic games or anything like that. They were just kind of some games I've been curious to play. And so I went ahead and picked those up. But give me just a moment. As always, I'm going to check. If the audio sounds cool, let me know. I'm going to check the stream as always to see if this sounds crazy or not. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll talk about some of these pickups that I got. So, okay. Oh, Experience Junkies in the house. What's going on, Joe Casey? Nothing much, man. I am testing out some new stuff here on the live stream and seeing how it works. I got a new mic and all that. I don't know if you guys, I don't know where the old mic is. My girlfriend's little brother was here earlier, so he may have taken it. Every time he comes over, he be looking at like the old like electronics, the ins and outs that I don't use. Speaking of which, the Savages in the house said the microphone sounds good. That's good because I was testing it out just to make sure it doesn't sound crazy. I always have to switch to the Yeti mic like halfway through. And for your live streaming purposes, I heavily endorse the Yeti. It's down here. This guy right here, it's just a USB mic you plug in. I wish it had XLR ports. Otherwise, I'd hang it up. But the Yeti mic, still like one of the best sounding mics I've used for the price. But hopefully this one, the gain is better. The other mic sounds fine, but every time I move a little bit, then the sound gets really crazy. So I'm glad to hear that everything's sounding crisp. And hopefully everything's looking crisp. This is just my setup now that I just left up here. And the Savage is in the chat. Thanks for kind of motivating me to redial all this stuff in, because it was because of you over here like hanging out that kind of got me messing with all this stuff. And now I've gone live. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. But yeah. So with that being said, we got some pickups. Like I was saying, it doesn't they're not like spectacular. I mainly got them for the PlayStation Move video that I'm trying to record. And so that odds and ends Move games. Okay, hopefully I'm back. My mic, I unplugged the stupid mic while I was sitting there messing with that cord. So please let me know again if it sounds okay. I don't know. He said I still ain't did my first live. I'm slipping. Yeah, man, like it's Are you trying to go the OBS route? Like I said, I kind of want to dive back into OBS because there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. StreamYard is just so easy though. Like I just turn it on and it's there. And so like I don't know. I really like using StreamYard, but it's like I said, it's really easy plug and play. Okay, he says it's back. Good. So yeah, StreamYard is easy, just plug and play, just go. And there's not a lot of you don't need to know a lot technically to do it. Usually it just works and just does what it's supposed to do. And OBS it's great software and it gives you great functionality, but man, I don't know if it's just like outside of the scope of what types of live streams I do, but I'd like to do more as far as like adding video clips and stuff while I'm up here talking, just to not have you look at my face for 90 minutes or usually however long I live stream. But yeah, I got that. We'll do some blue. Okay, switch it up. I like the blue. The blue looks nice. But yeah, so we're just hanging out. If you're joining us, just joining us, Lightsaber Samurai here, back again with another live stream. Just give you some updates. A video game store in my area closed. One of the CD trade posts, and now there's only one left in town, and that's Leslie's store, the one that I've live streamed from in the past. And they're the only store in town now, so that sucks. But because the other store closed, I did get some things once there. They got down to 90% off. They were just like giving stuff away. I don't have it here, but I got the whole Twilight trilogy on Blu-ray for my girlfriend because they're not good movies, but they're fun, bad movies to watch. So I'm taking this off because it's getting warm in here, but they're good, bad movies. So you know we can bust those out. But yeah, so I got the Twilight movies and a bunch of other like older action movies on Blu-ray. So that was nice. I got a bunch of those. Got some more Move accessories. These Move wands, okay. Like I got this for $2.99, I think. So they were, I mean, I was getting it at like 10% of its price. So yeah, this was like $2. And so they had a few of them. I bought two, but now I'm up to like 6 of those things. And that's pretty much all I need now. But I was trying to stockpile those because those controllers are expensive just to get standalone. And like I said, I do use them for the Move. I do use them for the PSVR. And so I'd like to have them around. I may still buy some more just in case I have some that, I mean, they've been holding up really well. Even my original wands from 2012 still work fine, no problems. I'm not really noticing any battery drop off or anything even. Like they still hold their charge for a long time. So that's nice. So yeah, I picked up some of those at $2.90. On the PlayStation 3, I got quite a few PlayStation 3 games. This one here is a racing game called Mud. This is a rally racing game. And I snagged this up just because I didn't have any rally racing games for PS3 in my collection. And again, for the Move video that I'm doing, I needed a rally game to test out. So I bought this game simply for the video that I'm in the process of recording to test out. So far, so I popped it in for a little bit. It's pretty fun. Yeah, Savage, you need to do your homework. Okay, you definitely need to do your homework. I appreciate you popping in, though. But you definitely got to get some homework knocked out because tomorrow's Monday. And thank God we go back to school this week. It's a quick 4-day week, and then it's Christmas break. And I'm so excited for that. And I'm hoping that I can do some more live streaming and stuff. Like I said, Savage, he came over and helped me redial in this setup. So now it's just here. It doesn't have to move. It'll just stay here. And then whenever I feel like sitting down, I can just hook up the StreamYard, turn on the computer, turn on the mic, and then good to go. So finals Wednesday, though. Yeah, that's cool. Your finals are Wednesday. Yeah, I actually have to go to school all week. I don't have any kids on Friday. And so I'll just be in there in the school building, just the teachers. But yeah, but still, finals Wednesday. And back in the day, I don't know if it's still like that when I was in high school, when if my grades were on point and I didn't have to take finals, then I just didn't go to school. So that was nice. So Those finals days, I mean, they're kind of rough because you got to do finals, but they're pretty relaxed because not everybody's there. It's not a bunch of drama. Like the teachers aren't tripping; they just trying to get through the day, just like you guys. So finals days were always pretty chill. And then if you don't have to do all your finals, then you get extra long breaks and things like that. So that's always nice. But yeah, so let's continue on. Also, for that PlayStation Move video, I picked up Ace Combat Horizon, also on the PlayStation 3. Um, I was looking for Ace Combat 6 Fires of Liberation, which also came out on the PlayStation 3. I had forgot about this one, but this actually is a really fun game in the series. I played the first few levels of it, and I had to kind of stop myself because I had things I had to do. Oh, waves and games in the house. Look at that mic in the shot. Tisk tisk. I know, but I was worried about how it was going to sound if because this is a new mic. Like I said, I use the dusty old trusty Yeti mic down here, and I use this other microphone that lights up, and I like it because it's got the little LED light, so I can change the colors. But that mic kind of sucks. It's a cheap mic, and it sounds like a cheap mic, unless of course you're right up on it, and then it sounds fine. But I don't know. I don't mind the mic in the shot. It's kind of like yeah, I know you just playing. But yeah, I don't mind the mic in the shot. But yeah, I did put it in the shot just to make sure. It's literally like 6 inches from my face. So I didn't want any issues. If you watch my live streams in the past, I'll usually start off with one mic, but the sound will be crappy. So then I always have to switch to the Yeti mic like before the stream is over because I know like this is always going to get me good, clean sound. So if you're setting up a live stream setup, this is a great, I mean, it's a USB style mic. It's still the best for the price. And they've come out with new versions of this. So the silver ones you can get for 50. I see them all the time, 50, 60 bucks. And it's worth that. Like it'll stand up to a lot of microphones out there that are 4 or 5 times the price. So this one I found in the pawn shop yesterday. It was $22. This is the Fifine mic, Fifine, and that is a brand that I've been looking at on Amazon. And they're kind of like a Neewer type brand. They're off brand, but their stuff seems to be pretty good. So I've been wanting to pull the trigger on this mic actually. And I think on Amazon new it's like 50 bucks, but when I saw it in the pawn shop, it was like $22. I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Let's see, bro. My first book cover got a Yeti mic in the shot. It's a classic move. Yeah, for sure. No, it's like if I were to put together like a top 10 of like, cheap quality gear to start live streaming or cheap quality gear to make YouTube videos, whatever. The Yeti mic, like I said, I've used the Yeti mic in Talking Head YouTube videos before, just with a USB hookup, and I'll plug it right into the computer or plug it right into the camera and get sound like that. And yeah, it's solid. So yeah, but yeah, absolutely a classic move. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, Experience Junkie. I got this one on your recommendation, the Saints and Sinners. That's crazy. I didn't have these. I think I have the other one, Onslaught, I think it's called, or whatever. I have it like digitally, but I need to get them physically. And this one was super cheap. They were selling this one. It's got the GameStop sticker on it, but I got this at CD Trade Post. I think I got it for like $12, and so yeah. But I haven't played this one yet, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, and it looks pretty dope. And so I've been wanting to dive into my VR, so I'm definitely going to dive into that one. So yeah, another one I was excited to find on the PS2 actually was Wild Arms 3. And so this game was, and this was still there when they did the 90% off. So yeah, I got this game for about 70 cents, which is crazy because all the Wild Arms titles hold their value. I think this is among the cheapest that you can get in the Wild Arms series, but I really like the Wild West cell shaded theme that it had. I played the demo of this game like years and years ago and meant to get it and just never did. So for 70 cents, I'll go ahead and throw that into the collection. Let's see. I can't get the Yeti mic to work. I only use it as a prop, but Saints and Sinners is clutch. I overpaid for it though. Yeah, no, I'm excited to try it out. You've played this and Arizona Sunrise. How do you think it compares to Arizona Sun, or is it Sunrise or Sunshine? I can't remember. But you know, the zombie game, I got it somewhere. I just picked it up recently too, fairly recently, and I didn't add it to my pile. But that was before CD Trade Post shut down. I picked that up. I had to get that on eBay though, because you can only get it physically in PAL territories. And so I snagged that up, a physical copy of that. I think that ran me about $40 or so. But yeah. But yeah, no, the USB mic, I wish I had a cord that I could show you. So couple of ways you can hook it up. So the Yeti has this. This is the USB-A connector on it. If that's right. Oh, no, I take that back. It has the fat USB. Yeah, the same one you use for like your PlayStation 3 controllers. If you get one end that and then the other end this, of course, that's how you plug it into your computer. And then you can use it for like a live stream setup like this. This mic actually is on this, and then it hooks up to a USB-C. I like that mic because it also has XLR input as well, so that I can plug right into cameras and things like that. It depends on what kind of camera you're using. I believe if you're using this on a YouTube video, another way you can do it is have this plugged into your computer, so it's powering the microphone, right? And then I believe you have another one in the headphone slot to plug into the. I've done it before. I'll have to mess around with it. I'll let you know. But I've definitely used this in videos before. But I think it's this one into the computer. You got to have the. I use the computer as a power source to power it, and then I plug this mic port right into the audio port in my camera, and then just used it like that. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. But yeah, no, it's a great mic for that. Let's see. Arizona Sunshine on PS4 is ass, but the PS5 remake is amazing. Oh, yeah? I've got some, like I said, I haven't played Sunshine yet. You didn't like it that much? You said it's amazing on PS5. Oh, is that just, did they just polish it? Was the PS4 game glitchy, or what was the case with that? So, okay, who knows? But also for the Move video, okay, got a big boy here. This is Survival, okay, Shadows of Katami, okay. This is a Capella's game, but it kind of looks like it's like a single-player adventure game. They remade it to look like part 2. Oh, I see. I tried to stream it on my PS5, but I'm having problems with that too. It seems like I know tech, but I literally do anything from an iPad, bro. I suck with technology. I got you. Yeah, no, I need to get up. I still have not got on the PS5 bandwagon. I've been meaning to, but now with the PS5 Pro out, it's like, man, is it worth it to get a PS5 Pro or the PS5? I don't know if technologically, if the PS5 Pro is so much over the PS5 that it justifies the extra $250 or whatever. I can get a PS5 right now for like $400, which is still expensive, but I thought I saw the PS5 Pro at like $7. So is it $300 better? Okay, I don't know. So, but yeah, I'm excited to try this one out. This is interesting. It's a Move game, and it's Move compatible. Okay, but if you want to use it with this sharpshooter, it comes with its own like little IR sensor bar that you hook up to the TV or to the PlayStation or whatever. So it kind of works like those old Jack's Pacific games, like the light gun games that they used, the standalone ones they used to make. So yeah, you can do that. Or it says compatible with the PlayStation Move. So I wonder if it's compatible with the sharpshooter attachment. I have this gun, by the way. It's over there, just out of reach. But I'm going to do a video just about that in particular. So I'm excited to dive into that. What else did I get? Also, for the PlayStation Move video that I'm in the process of filming, Need for Speed Shift. 2 Unleashed. I got this because when I was researching the PlayStation Move Racing Wheel, everybody was saying, can you play Need for Speed Shift with it? They asked for this game, Burnout Paradise, and what was the other? And Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo 5 for sure does work. I tested it already. This game works perfectly. I tested it. I did not test Burnout Paradise because I have Burnout Paradise on the Xbox 360, but I'm sure it works just fine with Burnout. This game actually, I've been on my racing games like heavy, like since I've been making this video. That's partially why it isn't done yet. But the other reason why it's not done is because, like I said earlier, I was trying to get in touch with the creator of the PlayStation Racing Wheel, Anton Mikhail or Makalov, whatever Mikalov is his name. Like I said, I tried to reach out on social media. I haven't heard anything back yet, but of course, this racing wheel came out in like 2013 or whatever the case. So I'm trying to get in touch with him because I was having an issue with some of the games that in the early footage for the PlayStation Racing Wheel, he himself said that it should work no problem for, and now I can't get them to work on mine. So I don't know if my wheel is defective. They have another wheel at the Last CD Trade Post. I may go buy it just to test it with another racing wheel, but I've tested it with multiple PlayStation 3s. I've tested it with multiple Move controllers, with PlayStation 3s with the latest updates and PlayStation 3s with outdated updates. So there's a certain type of game, and I don't want to spoil it for the video, but a certain type of game that just doesn't work. And according to the early interviews I've seen with this guy, they're supposed to work. He said the Move wheel don't work on shit. Yeah, just for the 3 of you here in the live stream, basically racing wheels is the MacGuffin, or not racing games, but flight games. He said that this racing wheel, let me grab it. So he said that the PlayStation Move Racing Wheel will work great for flight games, and I was excited for that because I'm thinking flight games like Lair, which I actually like on the PS3. I like playing Lair, Blazing Angels 1 and 2, the Ace Combat games. Like I said, moving it like this, the tilt function works fantastic. Tilt works fantastic on this. Ergonomically, this feels fantastic. The build quality is amazing compared to what we got with the Nintendo Wii. The fact that it's got the levers that you can open up, and this is why I got the rally games for. So now I'm using it like a motorcycle, right? And so they thought a lot about it. One thing he kept saying was ergonomics, 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 and honestly, I think they nailed the ergonomics with this. The problem is, like Joe Casey said in the comments, like the Move wheel don't work on shit. And I mean, outside of racing games, no. Racing games on the Move is actually nice. I almost like, I think I prefer my Thrustmasters more, and maybe in the future I'll do a comparison video between the racing wheel and the Thrustmaster, but this is just nice and convenient if I just want to pull it out. It's not too bad either. You get that PlayStation Move fatigue, but if I just lock my elbows in and I can use it like that, and it's not really fatiguing, and what am I trying to say? Just anything, there's no lag, like the pickup is 1-to-1, like it feels really good. And I mean, games that aren't actually Move games like Gran Turismo or Need for Speed, they work amazing on it. But the problem is, even though the pitch, and again, I haven't released this video because I want to make sure I test everything before I start talking out of my ass, because like I said, when I research this, there's not a lot of people who made videos about the PlayStation Move wheel, and no one on YouTube but me, when my video has come out, has really done a deep dive, like comprehensive view, except one other person, a guy from Australia, and I've got the notes. I'll shout him out in the video and all of that, but he still didn't go as deep into it as I'm going. So anyway, Anton said that this game would be awesome for flight games, but here's the problem. Pitch is fine. Okay, the PlayStation Move wheel doesn't seem to have tilt and yaw. And tilt is this. Okay, so for games like Lair on the 6-axis controller, you go up and down by using the tilt function. The tilt function does not work on this controller. So even though when I pop in Lair, I can steer back and forth, but I can't go up and down. So in the tutorial, when it's telling me to go up and down, it doesn't work. Similarly, the yaw, which this is yaw, Y-A-W, this motion is yaw, if I remember correctly. This is tilt, this is pitch, and this is yaw. And yaw does not work either. And again, you need that for flight games like Blazing Angels and the Ace Combat series and Starhawk and games like, or Warhawk and games like that. Similarly, here on the racing wheel, or on when you put it in bike mode, it works, okay, when you play rally games. But when you're steering, when you're turning left and right, you have to turn left and right like this. And we know that that's not realistic. If I'm on a bike, I turn like this. I use the yaw motion to turn left and right. And if I yaw left and right, nothing happens. I crash. So I don't know if it's just this controller or if I'm missing something. As far, like I said, I know from all the research, when you put the PlayStation Move controller into this thing, you have to make sure the PlayStation Move is set to controller port 1, because by default, it'll put it on like 6 or 7. And so I made sure to do that every time, but still, I'm still not getting the type of motions that Anton promised us in his early interviews. And so that's why I'm trying to reach out to him directly to see if there's anything missing. I searched for weeks on Reddit and on old PlayStation forums and everywhere that I could think of to try to find more information on that, but nobody talks about the PlayStation Move racing wheel and flight games. Nobody. So no one in the world that I've been able to find. So like I said, I need to get in touch with him directly, or somebody that was on the development team for the PlayStation Move racing wheel, to see if they were able to add that in before the PlayStation Move racing wheel released officially. But in the early interviews, he said that this would be a fantastic peripheral for flight games, and I was hyped for that because honestly, it does look like kind of like a joystick or a steering wheel you would see in an airplane. Like it looks perfect for that. And so, like I said, the tilt works great. Any game that has a car in it, basically, even games that like a full auto. I haven't tried this with Twisted Metal on the PS3. I'm going to try this with Twisted Metal maybe tonight, and I'll get back with you to see if you can steer with the tilt function. But every other game I've tried, though, tilt function works on. So racing games like Shift, racing games like Blur, which I liked. I tried it with Midnight Club, Los Angeles. Like all of those, like I said, you can steer just like this, no problem. So I was super hyped for that because, again, a lot of those are not move games. They work no problem. Also, this has a D-pad on it. And like I said, I'm going to explain all this in the move video, but PlayStation 1 games work on this. So if you're playing PlayStation 1 games on your PS3. So I tried PlayStation 1 games that got to use ones that you can control without analog stick. Again, this is missing analog stick functionality, and that's the problem, because if I was playing those flight games on a DualShock 3, I would pitch with the D-pad or with the left analog stick. And of course, this doesn't have an analog stick. It has these flippers here, which could have functioned as analog stick functionality. Maybe they could have substituted, but they didn't. These kind of work like your L1 and R2 buttons, but we have those buttons right here. So these do the same thing. These flaps do the same things as these, which I don't understand. So, and when I've played these games, I've dived into the controller settings and tried to mess with the controller settings and all that. Nothing. So yeah, I got to get with your boy and ask him what happened with that, because like I said, the interview, and I'll have that in the video too. Whoops, almost spilled my drink. But I'll have that in an interview too. He's like, oh yeah, this is gonna work great for racing and flight games. And I was like, ooh, flight games, I'm hyped for that. But they don't. At least not what I've been able to figure out. So yeah, but that's what I'm about to dive into. PlayStation 2 games. So you got games like the Armored Core games on PlayStation 2. The early ones still control with the D-pad. So I'm like, okay, can I play my Armored Core games on that controller? Oddly enough, when that controller is connected, if you put a PlayStation 2 game in your PlayStation 3, it just spits it back out. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy because you can not have a controller at all connected and still put a PS2 game in and it'll stay in. And again, I tried that with my slim and my fat PlayStation 3. It did it on both consoles. The Australian guy that I was talking about in his video also happened in his video. So I don't know what that's about. PlayStation 1 games, though, that use the D-pad, you can use the Move Racing Wheel on. Unfortunately, it does not work with the PlayStation 4. And that's a huge missed opportunity. So just like the Nav controller, they didn't bring the functionality of this over to PlayStation 4, which is a shame because you got games like VR Karts and Eve, Valkyrie, and you got the Ace Combat 7. Like all those would have been fantastic in VR with this, but the functionality does not move over, unfortunately. So, and again, I'm going to get another racing wheel to test that out, but that's why the video hasn't come out. I've shot a lot of it, but there's a couple of tests that I want to run before I get my final thoughts just to make sure I got all the information correct. Because I'm kind of like I said, I've got a lot of good feedback from the last Move video I made. So I'm like, man, you know what? I got a huge Move library. I love the PlayStation Move. Like, let me become the PlayStation Move guy for a while. And so I want to make sure I get some good feedback on that. So yeah. But yeah, like Joe Casey said, outside of racing games on the PS3, the PlayStation Move Racing Wheel doesn't work on anything. And again, that's not that big a deal. I mean, it is called the PlayStation Move Racing Wheel, right? So, I mean, racing is in the name. That's the one thing it's supposed to do well, and it does do it well. But when you, like I said, just the way it's designed, it could be so much more. And in some ways it is, in the fact that it works on games that aren't even PlayStation Move games, but missed opportunities in all the other games that it could easily work for, but doesn't. So I don't know. There you go there. Moving on with some pickups. Here's another Cabela's game. This is the North American Adventures. This also works with that sharpshooter that I got with the big box. That's why I bought this. So I'm like, let me go. You see the Sharpshooter Elite icon there. And again, the autofocus is off, so it's not going to autofocus. I think the autofocus is off. Yeah, and it's not going to work well while I'm live streaming. But anyway, I bought that so I could test that out on this game too. So we'll talk about both games probably in that video. And this game also was like 80, 90 cents. So I was like, I'll add it. On the PlayStation 2, this game here, Seek and Destroy. Metal Jesus Rocks did a video about this. This was in a Hidden Gems video like 10 years ago that he did. And I just never got around to buying it. It's like you're a tank. You play as a tank who lives in like this city and like you're doing all these missions and stuff. But you're not a person driving a tank. Like you are like a tank that's alive. And it's kind of like the Cars universe. Like everybody's a car and they're alive. And so you're a tank in this and you battle other people. And so it looks cool. It's made by Takara, but they were known as someone else that we know. And I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. I'll have to put that in the video if I cover it. But they're a known entity and they switched their name to Takara. And so I was excited for that. So I went ahead and picked that up. Let's see here. On the on the Xbox 360, the only Xbox 360 game I got, this one here, okay, this is Nicktoons Major League Baseball. And so this is just like your arcade baseball game, like the Mario ones that they have on Nintendo, but with a bunch of Nickelodeon characters like SpongeBob and Aang from Avatar and Invader Zim and a bunch of people like that. So that's cool. I figured I'd go ahead and pick that up. It's a game that I don't see on the Xbox 360, and it was one that wasn't in my collection. And also, it was like $3, so I decided to pick it up. Also, it says better with the Kinect sensor, and I have an Xbox Kinect. I've never used it. I've never played it. So when I got my R2D2 Xbox 360, it had an R2D2. It had the Kinect sensor bar with it. And so I've got a few games that are Kinect games, but I just never played them. So, like I said, I'm not really that interested to do so. I think like Move, uh, I still think you need a physical controller unless you're in some kind of VR situation. But I just need that kind of feedback of like holding a controller of some kind when I'm playing a video game. So just completely not using anything is kind of weird to me. So yeah, like I said, not excited to try to Kinect. I'll do it someday. And I don't know what I think the general consensus on the Kinect is that it wasn't very good. That the technology, while impressive, wasn't properly utilized by the people who are making games for it. And so but also they said the same thing about the PlayStation Move, and I beg to differ. So, you can't just follow, the echo chamber, and you just gotta, find out for yourself. So eventually I will find out for myself, but who knows? Let's see. Need that sharpshooter. I got the Move rifle. Yeah, I got the Move rifle. Like the sharpshooter, if it doesn't work, it doesn't seem to work though outside of using the bar that it comes with. So that being the case, only a few games work with the Sharpshooter Elite. But those games you can use with the regular Sharpshooter. So unless the experience of using the Sharpshooter Elite is like leaps and bounds over using the regular Sharpshooter, then I would probably say you don't need to get it unless you get it super cheap. I got it in that box, and I actually got that at Vintage Stock like a while ago. Yeah, I got that one the same day when I went and when they were announcing the shutdown of the CD Trade Post. And so I got that same day, and it was marked down too. So I got it for like $15. And like I said, it came in that box with the game and all that. So I was like, all right. With the game, by the way, it's over here. Okay, this is the game that comes with the game Cabela Survival Shadows of Katami. And like I said, the Cabela's games that I play like in the arcades, it just seems like they're like rail shooter games or just like gallery shooters. But this one seems to have some kind of like campaign with it. So that's cool because it's like survive together or die alone in shooting. And it says shooting galleries full of lethal predators. Hunt and avoid starvation, but beware, you're not the only hungry predator. Traverse insurmountable cliffs and scale treacherous mountain paths. Like I said, the way they're talking about it seems like it's more than just shooting gallery type of scenarios in this game, which is why I was interested in getting this. So that's why I went ahead and scooped it up. But who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see, what else did I get? I did get a GameCube game of all things, and this is a game that I saw at Vintage Stock like a year ago, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. And then the next time I went back and had more money, it wasn't there, and I was like, damn it. Like, that's a Move game or a GameCube game I didn't get. But Trade Post had it a year later at the markdown, so I got it for like $8. This is Dinotopia, the Sunstone Odyssey. And I don't know anything about this game. Looking at it on the back, it looks like a type of hack and slash like action adventure game. And I'm with that. Like I said, colorful graphics and things like that. So yeah, we're fighting dinosaurs, so I'm with that. And that's why I was gonna get it the first time, and then I said I'll come back and check it out later. And then it wasn't there later, and I was sad about it. And at the time, it was like $20. I'm like, man, that's a cheap GameCube game that I could have added to my collection. That's not either a sports game or a port of a game that I already have on the Xbox or PS2. So it's like, yeah, like good luck trying to get exclusives on the GameCube for the most part. First party titles on the GameCube, no way. You definitely shelling out, at least new prices, at least $50-$60 a piece on those. So it's hard to get cheap GameCube games. So snatch that one up. Okay, also for the move video, not necessarily for this move video, but I went ahead and got iPet. Again, this is a game that I didn't want to, it's a $5 game, and I didn't even want to pay $5 for it because I'm like, it's probably something I'll do once for a video and that'll be that. But again, when they marked it down at a tenth of a price and I got it for 50 cents, I'm like, for 50 cents, I'll go ahead and add it to the collection. It looks like you just take care of a pet using a bunch of motion-based mini games. And like I said, that could be cool for some kids or whatever. And maybe I'll enjoy it. Who knows? But like I said, it's probably not going to be the next like groundbreaking thing. And it doesn't advertise itself as that either. So that's cool. But like I said, for 50 cents, I can go ahead and add it to collection, try it out, just in case in the future, if I ever want to go for a full move set. And I'm kind of thinking about doing that because that's something at this point, I've got pretty much all the heavy hitter PlayStation Move games in my collection already. So everything else is just fodder. I think that I could complete my Move collection at this point for about $200 tops. And probably not even that much. Maybe like 125 to 150. Like the Move games are so cheap. And just to get all the Move games that I don't have, and honestly, there's some Move games that I found digitally on the PlayStation 3 when I did that video a while back on the PlayStation 3 store. So I downloaded those, and we got to talk about those too, because I think there's a couple of them that didn't come out physically anywhere. There's a couple that I got that didn't come out physically in North America, but there are PAL versions out there. So I may go back and buy those just so I can have them physically. But yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Let's see. Anyway, if you're just joining us, Lightsaber Samurai here, back again with another live stream. We were just testing out some new equipment, so I thought I'd get on the live stream. My girlfriend's younger brother, aka the Savage on YouTube, he was over here hanging out, and he got me motivated to reset up my live streaming setup here. So now it's in a good spot where it doesn't have to move or anything like that, and I can just turn it on, which is what I was saying in the last live stream video, but then that wasn't the case. I ended up taking some stuff down and experimenting with some other stuff for some other projects and never set it back up, and didn't 100% like the setup that I had. I like this setup a lot better now. And I got a new microphone and things like that hangs and it's out of the way. And so I can still use this desk as a desk when I'm not live streaming and all that good stuff. So, yeah, so I figured I might as well go on the live stream. I've been meaning to make a video about these pickups, but they're not like extraordinary games. So I wanted to do them in a live stream. So, now is the time. So here we go. 2 more games on the live stream or on the pickups. I think so, unless there's some land somewhere else, but I'm not going to look for them in the middle of the stream. Picked this one up with my girlfriend in mind. This is Ben 10 Power Trip on the PlayStation 4. And I got this one because people were saying that this one is kind of like open world. Okay. Evil Hex has cursed Europe, and only Ben 10 can stop him. Explore a 3D world filled with combat puzzles and secrets as you save the day. And one of the screenshots has him it looks like he's skating on these telephone poles with a huge cityscape in the distance. So I don't know if this is level based or if this is open world or semi-open world, or maybe it just has a large hub world or something like that. But it looks cool. And like I said, Shelby, she really enjoyed the Ben 10 series growing up. That was a little bit after my time. I used to catch it here and there, but the only cartoons I was watching at that period was primarily anime. So, but this is what I consider maybe American anime or something like that, close to it. It's definitely got some cool action in this series. It's kind of like Code Lyoko or Marvelous in that way, that the fight scene is pretty good in that. But so yeah, this one looked like the coolest of the Ben 10 games that were currently out. And so I went ahead and picked that up. And like I said, I picked that up for 80 cents too. What was it? 90 cents. This was $9. And then I got it for the 90% off. So yeah, 90 cents is what I paid for that. So that seemed like a no-brainer. Okay, let's see. couple of y'all still in the chat right now. Like I said, we're at 44 minutes. I hope the feed is going well too. I got a lot of stuff hooked up to the internet tonight. So a lot of stuff. Actually, I can cut the Wi-Fi off on a couple of devices. Okay, save some bandwidth in the place. I think I got like 3 phones for no reason hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Okay, my girlfriend's on her PlayStation 4 in the living room and all that good stuff. So yeah, turn on some stuff. Maybe that'll help. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I got one more game to talk about, and then I think we'll wrap this up at a cool hour today. So this is a school night. I got to be at work in the morning. I don't know why my light just turned off, but all right. Did I hit it or something? This is my old ring light. Why don't you turn it off? Come on. I'm trying to. Come on now, trying to finish this live stream. You see how they sabotage me? Milo, are you over there messing with the cord? Is that what happened? Sorry, y'all. I think my cat sabotaged my live stream. That's why I should have locked the doors before I started. Okay. Y'all driving me nuts. Yeah. Messing with the cords. So sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. That's I got one more game. This one I'm excited to play. Okay. I'm in like a space mood lately. I've always been huge into like astrology and the space program that we have and all that, and just visiting outer space. So I got this game, Journey to the Savage Planet, on PS4. This wasn't part of the closeout. I just got this at GameStop. It was $15. But it looks like a cool like exploration game. The graphics on it look fantastic. It looks to be kind of like a parody, kind of like a space travel in the age of late stage capitalism. And so this one looks pretty funny, but in a wholesome way. So I'm excited to check this out. You can go 2 players on network. And yeah, it just looks like a cool game. So yeah, I've been looking for like more simulation games for the PlayStation VR. There's a cool one with the Mars rover where you can kind of like go to Mars in VR, which is nice. And I think there's a cool one with where you can get on the International Space Station, and they got the whole thing mapped out in VR so you can explore the International Space Station. But all that is super dope. No Man's Sky, of course, in VR is an experience. It's a phenomenal. I love playing that and just chilling out in space on my PlayStation 4. I wish that the Subnautica games, I wish that those games were in VR. Subnautica needs to be in VR. Like, those games are super cool. Pringles Domain, a friend of mine is a YouTuber. He's like the expert on the Subnautica games and pretty much grew his channel off of Subnautica. So yeah, those games are awesome, and they're cool, like first person games, but they need to be made in VR. Like that game is made for VR. But anyway, that's all of the pickups that I got. Again, they're not spectacular games, but most of them I got for that PlayStation Move video that I'm working on. Again, I don't have the Move video out because I'm trying to get in touch with someone on the development team in regards to some of the issues I found while testing the Move racing wheel. So I'll probably tomorrow after work go and buy that other controller that's in CD Tray Post, if it's still there, just to double check or triple check and make sure that I'm not tripping as far as like the compatibility. Joe Casey, you're saying that the Move wheel don't work on jack, so I'm probably right on that. Almost an hour worth of pickups. Nice, dude. Yep, I talk a lot too. So honestly, it was probably like 15 minutes worth of pickups, but I'll be running my mouth. So I'm getting ready to wind down here anyway. But like I said, hopefully the stream held up. It wasn't freezing a bunch. Glad to know that the microphone sounds good because this is a new microphone and it was used at a pawn shop and I bought it for $24. So nice to know that it sounds like it's supposed to. Because again, like I said, I could move away hopefully and it doesn't sound too bad because I move a lot in my live stream. So happy for that. But like I said, this is just set up now. And I'm filming this, I'm streaming this on a Sony A6400. So if I needed to, I can even just shoot talking head videos from this angle. This is honestly not bad compared to the last couple of videos I put out on YouTube. That angle here with the on air sign up here, and I don't really like that angle too much. And so this room has been serving its purpose okay as a game room, but I still haven't just found that angle. This actually is not bad with the shelves and the TVs in the background, so I could probably work with this for a while until, like I said, there's some decorative sound panels that I want to put up. There's some shelving that I need to buy, but hopefully, cross your fingers, I should be getting a new vehicle soon. And that's nice because I got to see if I can secure this loan, okay, with the bank. And then I can buy me, I'm thinking about just buying like a cheaper, like 4x4 SUV, maybe like a Jeep or something like that, an older one, because some of these new Jeeps aren't built very well. But, and plus, I don't want I just want to spend like $5,000 on the car. Okay, not too much. So I'm thinking about something like that. I need a small SUV. How decorative are the sound panels? It's the ones I used to have in my old game room. It's the hexagon. They don't really do much as far as dampening sound. They really don't. But they kind of look cool, and they're black and white, and you can mix, how I had a cool little pattern going, and it was kind of cool. But yeah. It's the ones that I used to use. They're upstairs in the attic, and I'm not doing anything with them up there. So I was going to put them on this wall because it's just a blank wall. But this shelf right here, you can see the square IKEA like Kallax shelves. The big ones, I'm going to buy like some of the big ones and have like 2 or 3 of these up against this wall. So this desk is going to go probably upstairs, and I'll have a little tiny desk probably sitting here in the corner. This whole wall is going to be Kallax square box shelves, because as of right now, I've still got like a bunch of my, like the majority of my video game collection boxed up. So like I said, when I get those shelves, I can put the whole game collection is going to be lined up on this wall here. And so if I move this setup up against this wall in the corner here, you can't see it's off screen, but in that corner, there's not much there. I'm going to clear that out. I can put a little desk there, have this compact setup there, and then behind me will just be walls of like games, kind of like cool YouTubers, like you see in there, how like who am I trying to think of? Retro Rivals, okay, has a nice setup like that where it's just walls of games, okay. And so I kind of want to do something kind of like that. And like I said, this room isn't as big as the basement that I had in what was my favorite game room setup. Is the attic still going to be your photography channel space? Yes. Yeah, it's going to be my photography channel space because it's a huge area. Honestly, like I said, this could be my photography space. At one point, I thought about, I'll put all the video games upstairs and have my photography studio in here. But like I said, if I ever got to a point where I wanted to invite people over to take photos or whatever, I still don't think this is enough room for that. And the attic is just a colossal space. I just got to get the floor fixed up there. So that's part of the reason why I'm going after this personal loan, because my credit is good. I didn't realize how good my credit was until I looked recently. So if I can secure some money for the car, now I'll buy a car and then hopefully have some money left over to put a new floor in that attic. And if I can do that, I'd have it made in the shade, and I can really start getting to work, insulating it and putting walls up and stuff. Like, I'm just not very good at doing those things myself. And it would still be a butt ton of money buying all the supplies. And not to mention, I'd be spending a lot of time as well doing something that I really don't know how to do. So if I can find some people that can do it at a decent price and do a decent job on it, that's going to be the plan. Bro, it's all about the posters, not the walls of games. Hey, that's facts. I still got a bunch of posters and stuff too. Yeah, like I had that wall of posters in my last 2 game rooms. A lot of those posters, some of those pictures got damaged in this most recent move. And I thought about that too, that I can use this wall, but I don't know if so the ceilings in this house are like 11 feet high. They're huge. So I don't have enough space. I got too much space. I'd have to find a bunch more like pictures, video game oriented posters and pictures to cover the walls with. I've got these smaller areas, and I thought about doing it on this wall here. This just off camera here have my video game posters like and pictures like I used to have back in the day, and kind of use them on this wall. And so I still want to incorporate them in some fashion in here, even over the TVs. Okay, because I was thinking about putting the sound panels on those TVs, but honestly, I can put the sound panels on this little wall here, and then the TVs behind me I can try, but still, I would still have to. It would be a work in progress. But I own this house now, so I mean, it's not like I'm gonna move anywhere. It will kill the reverb. That's true. You can hang some of those sound panels on the ceilings. That's what I want to do because yeah, these high ceilings, the reverb is crazy. Even though the floor is carpeted and I got furniture in here and all that, the reverb is kind of crazy, and that's because it's those super high ceilings. Like, and yeah, so yeah, if I can get some sound panels on the ceilings, get some on the walls or on the windows too, because this window I don't use, but it lets in a crazy amount of light, which sometimes is good. But even if I just covered it with like Duvetine or something like that, and then my doors have huge like cracks under them, so a lot of sound gets in and out from under the wall. So yeah, I definitely got to sound treat the doors, and the doors in this house are crappy anyway. They look like the same doors that was on this house 120 years ago when this house was built. Like they're some of them are in really janky shape, but so yeah, punch all of it works in progress. But yeah, I definitely noticed the sound quality here is worse than it was in the last apartment I was in, and then the townhome before that. Yeah, the sound quality is kind of buns, but yeah, I got some plans. It's just money is never in abundant supply. Everything's getting expensive, and my pay is not going up. So there's scary hours out here, and I've been trying to save and all that. But yeah, definitely it will kill the reverb if I got something on these ceilings. So, and I want to do that anyway. Like, yeah, well, that's going to be a pain in the butt too. Because again, it's not like I can't, in most places I could just stand on a chair and be cool. But nope, I'm going to have to get the ladder. And again, it's enough area that it's a lot. It's just like, I don't want to deal with it. And yeah, so, but anyway, man, that's pretty much it. Okay, unless you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, threats. Again, I want to get that. I'm still working on that move video. Maybe I'll just put out another video in the meantime, make a little something. Okay, but I'm still in the not on the ceiling though. It has to hang down. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and they kind of have it almost on those beams or whatever. This is just like those square soft foam things that just hang down. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but yeah. Looking forward to your PS Move Wheel video. I enjoyed your PS Move video from a couple of years ago. Yeah, man, no, it's I'm excited for it too. It's just like I want it to be on par with that video or better. And I was really going hard on that because of the motivation behind making that video, because I specifically wanted Metal Jesus Rocks to see that video, which he did, thanks to Joe Casey, because Joe Casey ran up on him at a convention, okay, and like bullied him to watch it. Okay, but yeah, no, so always shout out to Joe Casey for that. But yeah, he pulled up on Metal Jesus, and he knew that I wanted Metal Jesus to see the video. Says, like, hey man, my partner got this video, blah 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 blah. And Metal Jesus did like it, and he posted it and shared it, and so it did get a lot of traffic because of that. So, but I wanted the video to be like a pro level like video because of that. And so I want this video to be at least as good as that, but I'm missing some information that would make the video as good as I know it can be. So I'll send you some stuff after the stream. Okay, yeah, you got some links and stuff for some equipment that I can look at. That would be awesome. So yeah, do you have I'll have to send you my phone number. I don't know if you have my phone number, but you should have it. So I'll hit you up on Facebook and just like drop you my number, because I'm pretty sure we're still friends on Facebook. I'll send that to you, and yeah, we can hook up like that. Um, put out a video that might motivate me to make another video. LOL. Yeah. Now, like I said, I got a lot to talk about, and like I said, this is a short work week, and then I'm on Christmas break until January 3rd, I think. So yeah, this is my last week at work, and then I'll have a good 10, 12 days off. I'm gonna spend a lot of that playing some games. Okay, I've been wanting to get into Days Gone, and I've been meaning, that's a game that I really want to dive into, and so I need some time to do that. And I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto lately too. I've been going through. I just beat San Andreas again in the last couple of weeks. I went ahead and played the definitive edition because I had that big update where it changed the colors and all that. Hey, look, man, the definitive edition, it's still missing some the music, but I mean, it's license issues on like a 20-year-old game. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, that's not Rockstar's fault, okay? So there's that. But look, the definitive edition now is a lot of fun to play in a lot of respects. They fixed a lot of things graphically, especially when it came to San Andreas. Especially with the glitches with CJ and all that stuff. They got a lot of that stuff fixed up. Okay, they brought modern conveniences like the weapon wheel and navigation on the old games, which is nice. And so yeah, no, they played pretty well now. I had a lot of fun going through San Andreas Definitive Edition on the PS4. And like I said, I played it after that update. So they had all the weather effects and the clouds and all that stuff were back. They had the three distinct colors for the three cities and the three looks. Luke Lopez is in the stream. What's going on, Luke? How's it going? Okay. We just showed some pickups that I got recently, and now we're just kind of killing some time while we wind down the stream. Okay. But yeah, thinking about some other videos. Like I said, I was doing the Halloween videos, and honestly, I just lost interest. I just got tired. Honestly, it was the backdrop that I was shooting in. Like, when I was making I did not like that backdrop, and I still haven't found this is a decent backdrop setup, and so I might go with this. I might shoot my next video. I'll probably just shoot it on this A6400 since it's already set up, but it looks pretty good. This is in 720p, so if I shoot it in proper 4K, it should look pretty crispy. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that so I'm gonna look tonight and figure out what to talk about. And I think I might just start doing like single game reviews. Those are the videos that I've been watching on YouTube a lot lately as far as video game videos go. I've been really into just like the single game reviews, and then also like people who go in-depth breakdowns on like a certain game story or whatever. I've been like watching those lately. But like I said, I've been on a space kick lately. I've been watching a lot of like Star Talk on YouTube and like Astrum and a bunch of I go to sleep to like a bunch of like facts about the solar system and stuff like that. So I've been heavily into space, which is why I'm excited to play Journey to the Savage Planet. I got my cam link too. I just found it and then I lost it again. But my cam link that I could hook up via HDMI. It's still wonky with the PlayStation 3 because the PlayStation 3, so I got my splitter over there too, so I can start streaming PlayStation 3 games again. The PlayStation 4 is easy enough to stream. You can stream it right off the console, which is why it's goated for that. But if I want to stream some Xbox One stuff or whatever. Thanks for the compliment, Luke. Shout out to the Savage. He's my girlfriend's little brother, and he was over at the house hanging out today and got to asking me about my setup, and then we got to messing with it, and before I knew it, I had reset up the live stream center here in the game room, and so I figured I'd put it to the test, and luckily everything's working like it should be, and this is a setup that I don't have to touch. Like I said, I'll shut everything down and walk away. Okay, I shoot my YouTube videos with the Canon R8, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about. When I first started, my cell phone was my main camera. And that's weird to think about. Like, that was the only camera I had. And then I got my first proper like camera, which was my Canon T5i. And my phone was like doing like my B-roll and stuff like that. It was like my secondary camera was my phone. And I used to like watch videos like YouTubers like Ways and Games. You can attest to this because I know you were following like people like Matty Hapoya and Peter McKinnon and a lot of them back in the day, and they all got the EOS R, the Canon R camera, and how that was just like the YouTuber's creator camera. And I'm like, I'm never gonna own that camera. Now here I am with the R8. I skipped the R completely and got the R8, which is the successor to that camera. But it's wild, like, and where I only had one camera, now I got a camera for like every purpose now, which is crazy. Like, I got 20 cameras in my collection, which is nuts to think about, over 20. So like I said, I shoot Lightsaber Samurai. I've been shooting the last several videos on the R8, my film and photography channel upstairs. I've been shooting that on the Lumix S5. I got my A6400 primed just as a webcam. Like, that's crazy. Like, when I first got this was my new A cam. And when I did the video where I met John Hancock and Mr. Right Way at the video game convention, I was vlogging on this camera and this lens, and it's like that was like my boss setup, and now it's just relegated to a webcam. It's crazy. It's just a webcam now. And like I said, I use this just in this room to make YouTube videos, and it's crazy. And then I use the S5, like that's when I do like professional work. I will use this on professional photography work. And honestly, this is a video powerhouse too. On my film and photography channel, I'll have to do a review on this camera because you can get the body used for like $1,000, which isn't cheap, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually fairly affordable. Okay, even this, if you like this image, this is a camera that can be had for like $500 now. I do have the Sigma 18-35 on it, which is why it looks so crispy, even though this is 720p video. But yeah, like I said, if you save up like $1,000, you can get a boss like YouTube setup. And like I said, buy a cheaper camera like this or an M50 and spend a couple $100 on some lights and stuff. Good to go. EAE is in the house. What's going on, man? Bro, it took me 100 years, but I now modded my Vita and was playing Alan Wake 2 on the Vita, Moonlight PC streaming. That's awesome, dude. I got they just came out with some new exploits to modding my Vita, and I'm excited for that because I still got these guys. So yeah, I still got these. These are PlayStation Vita TVs, okay? And so this is basically just a PlayStation Vita without the screen, for those of you who didn't know. These things flopped horribly. And because they flopped, now they're super expensive. Hey, I have to go write some music. I will talk to you later on. Hey, Waves and Games. Peace out, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro, as always. Okay, I'll definitely put something out, okay? And Ways and Games, maybe we should do another collab or something. If any of y'all in the chat, y'all trying to do another collab, like that'll definitely get me out. Joe Casey, I think you dipped out, but I'll text you later. We got to collab on something else. Ways and Games, let's collab on something. Like I said, hit me up. I'll hit you up actually and give you my number tonight. And then, yeah, send me a text. If you want to make something, I can make something and send it to you. We can make a video. We can do a collab for your channel, then we can do one for my channel or whatever. But yeah, I'm trying to see something. But yeah, they got Cuphead on there. That's fire. Okay, dude, yes, let's do something. Yeah, man, I'm always down. It's been a while since I had a nice little collab video. And like I said, I definitely want to make some content on the PlayStation Vita TV. Okay, this one is my regular black one. I'm probably just going to keep this one vanilla, but I'm probably going to mod this one. It's got this cool red color. I'm probably going to mod this one because it's quote-unquote special looking. So, but yeah, so mod it, and then I'll have this one unmodded. But yeah, no, man, I'm excited to dive into some PS Vita modding. Like the PlayStation Move, man, it's crazy how underrated and how underappreciated the PlayStation Vita is. The PSP is underrated in my opinion as well, and underappreciated. I still think that the PS Vita is better than the Nintendo 3DS. Okay, the 3DS competed with the PlayStation Vita, but it was, in my opinion, PSP is better. If I have to choose between the two, I'll choose the Vita 11 times out of 10 because that library is thunderous. And the 3DS has a good library, and you can also play DS games on it. And the DS had a pretty cool library as well, but still, like, I don't know. Yeah, the PSP was a certified banger, in my opinion. The Vita was cool. It just didn't have the games. And honestly, it's got way more games than people give it credit for. But yeah, the library is still not where the PSP was. And it's crazy. So, but yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to collab on something. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up in a separate. Because, yeah, I haven't been, like I said, I've been watching too much, like, haven't been like plugged into the gamer sphere on YouTube lately. I should do that tonight. I should go back and watch all my friends' videos. So all of y'all, gaming off the grid, waves and games, retro rivals. I ain't talked to Scott and Jen in forever. Okay, and it's crazy because those were really my buddies at one point. Those two are the best. So I'm looking at on another screen. I'm looking at all my subscriptions here. I see like 8-bit glitch. Like I ain't looked at his channel in forever. Okay, One Up Woman, that's an OG. Okay, she was in the club with Dr. Josh and Garrett Spencer and all them. Like and I feel bad, like, but I don't know. Honestly, I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of like winding down as far as like collecting. I might be at the phase where I start selling shit. Like it's crazy. Like I don't want to, but it's like, man, like I'm definitely pretty much done with collecting. Like I'll definitely make a video and talk about that, but I don't know. I mean, there's not much to say. Like I'm 40-ish now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got I got into collecting to buy all the games that I wanted as a kid that I couldn't get, and then just to play some new shit. And I did that with that's my collection. My collection is, like I said, heavily PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 is the majority of my entire collection because that's the stuff I wanted to play as a kid that I never got to play. I got some Super Nintendo stuff, some oh, I forgot actually pickups. Hold up. Hold up, I forgot all about it. Because it just dawned on me, we're not done with the pickups. Okay, I forgot. So, a teacher friend of mine, I was helping her do some yard work a couple of weeks ago. And she invited me in her house to grab something to drink afterwards. And she was telling me about like her ex-boyfriend who had like he still had an office in there with some stuff in it, but they've been separated for like 5 years or whatever. And she's like, hey, she's like, don't you play like games and stuff? I'm like, yeah. She's like, hey, he's got some old games that he never got, he never came and got or left behind. He was like, it's a box of stuff like you want it. I was like, yeah, sure. And this man, and the consoles are upstairs in the attic because honestly, I gotta clean them. But he had 3 Super Nintendos and 3 regular NES consoles. So I have 6. I have 3 Nintendos and 3 Super Nintendos upstairs. They're in pretty poor condition though, so they're upstairs because I'm in the process of like trying to clean them up and shine them up. But the box did have a few games in it. Okay. And so that was kind of cool because while the consoles were in bad shape, the games seemed to be in pretty good shape for the most part. And those old cartridges, you know, they're durable anyway. So they're going to do what they do anyway. As long as they get submerged in water, probably okay. Okay. So first up, covered in cobwebs, we have a Game Genie, okay, and it's got the. I'm gonna see if I can focus in on that. If you can see that, okay, Blockbuster Videos, okay, so that's cool. Like, still got the Blockbuster Video sticker on it, but yeah, so yeah, there's a Game Genie in there. Okay, so I don't know if it works. I don't know if any of these works. But while it's got some cobwebs on it, the pins seem to be in good looking condition. There's not like any corrosion or anything like that. So that was cool. On the Nintendo, okay, I got the Mario Duck Hunt. Like everybody got that. So, not a big deal. Everybody had that. Okay, but okay, he had another gold cartridge of Zelda, of The Legend of Zelda, and I used to own this, and then I sold it some years ago, and then I kind of regretted it. But yeah, this gold cartridge this looks beautiful. Like it doesn't have hardly any blemishes on it. Unlike the one I used to have, mine was pretty beat up. So yeah, this is a nice like gold cartridge of Zelda, and the pins in good condition. But yeah, so I was excited to get Zelda. This is one that I wanted to get back in the day, or wanted to get back, and now I have it. What game is this? Okay, Donkey Kong 3 says the original Donkey Kong 3 arcade classic series. Okay, so Donkey Kong 3 on the Nintendo. What else do we got? Yeah, I forgot about these pickups completely. Where is this one? This one's Mario. I ain't really looked at these. Also from the classics, the original Donkey Kong. So I wonder if Donkey Kong 2 is in here. They got Donkey Kong 3. So that's cool. Okay. Donkey Kong. Okay, back when Super Mario was known as Jumpman. Okay. That's something my students in gaming concepts we talked about last year. So yeah, what else do we got here? Super Mario Brothers 2, which is goated in my opinion. Like, oh no, man, I flip back and forth as far as the NES games go between this one being my favorite and what's the other, and 3 being my favorite. I go back and forth because I really just like the differences in gameplay style with 2 and just the different, just that it was different. Of course, we know why, but yeah. Yep, 1 and 2 are on there. Okay, so on that cartridge, it came with 1 and 2, and then I got 3. So that's cool. I got the original 3 Donkey Kong games. Paperboy, okay, staple on the Nintendo. Oh, and there's Super Mario Brothers 3 too. So I have this already in my collection. So that was an extra. I think I own Paperboy already too. I only have like a few Nintendo and Super Nintendo games left, just because like, I don't really care to collect them. They're so easy to emulate nowadays that if I want to play them, like I said, with EAE, like put them on the PlayStation Vita, no problem. Hack the Vita, put them on there all day. And then the last Nintendo game I got, Swords and Serpents. Don't know anything about it. I've never heard of that game. But it's from our friends at Acclaim. So I'll pop that. And I got the Retron 5. I was just about to hook that up anyway. So I'll pop some of these in the Retron 5 and test them out and see what's working and what's not. He had some Super Nintendo games in there too, in the box. And so I got Tamco Super Bowl. Okay, so, sports game. So that's kind of whatever. But what else? Okay, Donkey Kong Country. Love me some Donkey Kong Country. Okay, revolutionary game when it came out. Okay. And I'm going through these kind of quick because it's kind of late now, and I probably should be getting to bed. It's 10:30, so I should be getting ready to lay down and get ready for my work day tomorrow. What else I got? Okay, this is Super Bomberman. Okay, this one also got the Blockbuster Video sticker on it, so that's cool. Okay, but it's got that little piece of history, and that's why, like, I know, like, sometimes like it's cool to just like take all the stickers and all the stuff off the games, like all the marker and all that stuff, just to have it look nice and clean. But I don't know, man, like I like leaving the stickers on, like for that reason. Like that's cool to have some, I mean, it doesn't make it worth anything more in my opinion, but just to have some original Blockbuster stickers on it, like that's pretty fire. Like, So I'm hyped for that. But Super Mario Kart, okay, that's a nice game. I had sold that one too, and so now it's back in my collection. So that's neat. Super Mario World. This one's pretty spider webby. Yeah, but Super Mario World, okay, that was a fantastic game. Okay, highest selling. I mean, mainly because it was packed in with it for a while. But like I said, looking at the boards, like most of them look in pretty good shape, and some of them just need a quick, alcohol rub, and we're back in the game. Most time you ruin the game by taking stickers off, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, no, that's facts. There's a couple of times, especially with those stupid GameStop stickers, the white ones. Okay, and after like this one here, like these joints, I ain't messing with that. Okay, I can now see, now that I say that, now I want to peel it off and see if I can do it. Okay, either I'm about to do it and I'm gonna look super dope for doing it, or I'm about to make it look nasty and prove gameplay unknown's point. Okay, dang, almost perfect. Okay, but of course you leave some nasty little goo. Where is it at? It's on there. You can't see it. Okay, but trust me when I say it's on there. It's right there over the OG. It's a little nasty film there, but that's okay. Actually, that came off pretty good. Usually they don't. Okay, and I think the only reason why it came off because it's got a bunch of other stickers on it. It looks like this was repriced a few times, so that's probably why. Okay, GameStop. Okay, F them. I'll take all the stickers off. Okay, I don't need to be like, I'm not going to be, I don't know. I got a love hate relationship with GameStop. Okay, two more Super Nintendo games, one being F Zero, which is cool, and the last one being Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And so I don't think any game in there is like super expensive or anything like that. And I'll probably end up selling those too, because again, I don't have the same connection to those games that a lot of you guys do out there. Because I mean, you've heard the story 11 times. I hate the floors uneven there. Sorry, that's been bothering me this whole stream. But you guys know the story. I had my Nintendo. We got our Nintendo in Christmas of 1990, and that was the main home console in our house until we got the PlayStation 1 for Christmas of 98. So yes, I played Super Nintendo and I played Genesis, but that was primarily playing at kiosk at Kmart. And then like my cousins, I had one group of cousins that had a Super Nintendo and then another one that had the Genesis. And so I played some of those games, some of those games. And of course, a lot of the games back then were arcade ports. So I used to go to the arcades all the time, whether it was Aladdin's Castle here in town or North Rock 13 and all that stuff. So we used to get in on the arcades all the time. But outside of that, I didn't own the games, so I just don't have that level of nostalgia or connection to them. So some of them, it's like, oh, I kind of want to play, and then I can just go do it on my PlayStation Vita. Yeah, Gaming Unknown says I usually use a heat gun or hair dryer or then Goo Gone to get the residue off. Okay, right on. All good games. So yeah, like I said, there's nothing like spectacular in there, but they're all good games. And so they're worth something to somebody. And so I'd rather them go to somebody that, will appreciate them more than I will. I don't know. Maybe I'll use them for giveaways on the channel. Maybe I'll give them to some of you guys out there. But yeah, that's all I collected and over the last couple of months or whatever. Again, as far as collecting goes, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm definitely slowing down. I don't know if I'll be going to conventions. I might still go to like video game conventions. My boy Lord Zybalba, we be having the conventions, the KC Retro ones. So I might hit those up just to hang out with him and catch a vibe. But yeah, besides replacing the handful of video games that were stolen from my house that didn't get replaced, I'm pretty much done with collecting. I'm gonna get an Xbox Series X, so I'll get the new Xbox primarily for its backwards compatibility functionality, and just as a replacement to my Xbox One S that I have. And like I said, it's a higher performing machine, so my Xbox games will appreciate that. But I'll get that. I'll get the PS5 just because it's the PS5. Honestly, I think this is going to be the last generation. The ninth generation is going to be the last generation of consoles with physical media. Okay, I think physical media is pretty much out the door after this, and that's what they were experimenting with that, right? They had the Xbox Series S that was all digital, and then they had the Xbox or the PlayStation 5 all digital. And you remember they did it last generation. Xbox did. They had the Xbox SAD, the SAD, that was all digital console, and everybody hated it. Now Xbox Series S sold a lot better than the SAD did. People are coming around to the all digital libraries. Hey, just give me a big hard drive. I can put all my shit on. Hey, let's go. So, like I said, people are warming up to the idea of all digital consoles. We're not the old heads like us in the chat right now. Like I said, we grew up on physical media. We understand the importance of physically owning your video games or just physically owning anything that you own. Okay, none of this metaverse crap that can be taken away at a moment's notice. So we understand that, but yeah, gameplay unknown. Yeah, as soon as it goes all digital, I'm out. Yeah, that's facts. Like that's facts. Like I'm out of there. Like because I'm the problem is the biggest problem with me is the price. Like I'm not paying full price for a digital game. I'm just not finna do that. Unless it's a really dope game that I can't buy physically or anywhere else, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, I'm not doing that. Or if it's a game that's very expensive physically that I can buy on the cheap, okay, on the PlayStation 3, I definitely bought the Misadventures of Tron Bonne, okay, for $9.99 because the physical copy of that game is $350. So if it's a game that I really just want to play, okay, I just want to experience it, and I don't want to have to shell out, okay, $3 to do that. So yeah, let me just go ahead and get the $9.99. Okay, I just bought an expensive NES game because I've wanted it for a long time, and like I said, I can understand justifying the price. Like if Rule of Rose was like one of my first PlayStation 2 experiences, and I just had crazy nostalgia for the game or whatever, okay, I might shell out $900 for a physical copy of it. Same thing like I said, Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1, that's one of my top favorite games of all time. If that was a $100, $200 game, I'd buy it without hesitation. Like I would. Even if I could get it digitally on the store for cheap, I'd probably buy it digitally on the store just so I could play it, but I would be saving up to get that physical copy. And as soon as I had it, I would straight up buy it. Like, no, I get it. But like I said, a lot of these NES games, Super NES games, I can't pay the price for them because, for one, I didn't grow up with them. And two, I'm telling y'all, the bubble is going to burst on those games in the next 5 years. I'm telling you. Because think about it. All the people our age, we grew up with those games. We already have them. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted Earthbound for the Super Nintendo, you got it already. Most, like 99% of you that really wanted to play games like Earthbound, you have Earthbound. You wanted to play Little Samson, okay, you probably got it. You probably got it between 2016 and 2020 when it was on Metal Jesus Rocks and Gems and they was talking about it, and you had your disposable income because you're in your early mid-30s, so you went out and got it then. You went out and bought Earthbound back then when it was $80 or $120 instead of whatever the heck it's going for now. So that's the thing. So in a couple of years, people are going to be realizing that they're putting these games on eBay and nobody's buying them. They're just sitting on them. So the prices will start to go down and then they'll eventually bottom out. That's what happened with the Atari, okay, the Commodore 64, the Atari 800 computers, all those games that our dads were playing, okay, in the 80s. I wish Little Simpson was my holy grail. Yeah, what game did you get, by the way, on NES? Okay, you wanted it for a long time. What was you searching for? Okay, we want to know. I'm trying to think now. What's a game that I would shell out big money for now? I'm trying to think. Like I said, most of the heavy hitter games that I wanted, I already have. I'm trying to think. Oh, Gunak. Okay. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's probably a PlayStation 2 game that I can't think of right now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Because like I said, I pretty much got what I want. I know there was a game, there was Sky Gunner. I almost shelled out the dough for that. But I got the PlayStation Premium subscription. And so I just play that, just download that for free. Because luckily they added that. Like I said, some of the games that were stolen from me that haven't been replaced, like Dino Crisis 2 or Castlevania Symphony of the Night, that I didn't get back. Both of those games are hovering around 150. I'd drop 150 on those. I would. I would like to get them cheaper, but yeah, I'd shell out 150 easy for those. What else didn't I get back? I didn't get back Xenogears on the PlayStation 1. That also is like 150, 170. I might shell out 200. I might shell out 200 for Xenogears. Maybe. It's an okay game. I want it mainly just because I got like the Xenosaga. I got Xenoblade games, like the Xenoblade games, the Xenosaga games. Xenogears is kind of where it all started, so I kind of want that one. But yeah, no, like I said, I totally get it out there. I got the Sculptures Cut for 300 years ago, but that was my most expensive purchase. Oh, for 300. Sorry, I read that. I was like 300 years ago. Like what? Most I ever spent on a game ever. I got the Sculptures Cut box for 300 years ago, but that was my most expensive purchase at the time. Oh, you know what? I know a game I would shell out for. A game I would shell out for is Steel Battalion on the Xbox. Steel Battalion with the big Steel Battalion controller. That's a game I've always wanted to play. And I should have bought the damn thing years ago when it was like $200. And I was like, dang, 200 is a lot. I don't know if I want it. But now I really want it, and it's $500. So, and I could do it, but I'm like, ugh. Like I said, now, I got this house, like, to be my girl. Like, I got responsibility. So I can't just spend some money like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just me, So Canadian price with the controller. Heck yeah. That's what's up. For sure, for sure. So yeah, now Steel Battalion, I would shell out cash for Steel Battalion. Trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, I would have shelled out the dough for Metal Wolf Chaos, but thank God that they brought that to PlayStation 4 and they remastered it. And I'm glad I didn't because that game is just okay. But that was just off the strength of I really want to play that game. Oh, Utagi 2 on the OG Xbox. Also, I have a disc only version that I bought years ago for like $10, and now to get a complete copy of that game is like $150. So I might shell out. What is Utagi going for? If I went to eBay right now, okay. Here, I'll share the screen. Y'all can do this with me. Let me see. Actually, hold up. Maybe not. Because this thing is tweaking out. The last thing I want to do is like mess up the connection or anything. Okay, I think I'm safe. Okay. Let's see. I don't even remember how to do that. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. Click it and then click share. Did that do it? Are we sharing? I don't even know if we share. Okay, there it goes. It was being slow, but we got it now. So yeah, y'all come to eBay with me. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you see all the cameras I've been looking at lately? Yeah, man. I definitely want to Ishika. I was looking at this bad boy because it's crazy. That's crazy. A Canon C200 Waves and Games. He would appreciate this if he was still in the chat. Again, like this was one of those cameras that all the serious YouTubers were making, documentaries on and making like short films on. And that's a camera I can totally afford. Again, my R8 was the same price as that. My S5 was the same price as that. And honestly, the S5, like video quality wise, it can rival this, and maybe in a lot of ways it can exceed it. But it's nice to just have this cinema style body. But anyway, we not coming here for that. What was we looking for? We was looking for Utagi 2. I think it's called Immortal Warriors. Oh, there it is. Utagi 2. Look at me remembering the name of the game. Yes, the original Utagi. Actually, the original Utagi has dropped in price because original Utagi was hovering around 90. So the fact that you can get it for under 50 now is insane. Oh shit! That game was See, there's a copy that's 128. But honestly, I just need the cover. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. No manual. Okay, this is a replacement case. So that's basically just a loose copy, in other words. So like I said, I could just buy a replacement case too and be happy, but look, complete. It's 130. And I guess it's off a little bit, yeah, because like I said, it was 150. So there it is at 152. So yeah, that's a good price though. More Warriors, no manual, but I get the official case for $100. And then I still got the loose copy that I could then sell for like 60. Okay, so basically I'd be buying the case for like $30. I might do that. Okay, no manual. To get it complete in box, though, going to cost you still, there we go. Complete in box, $180. But like I said, that's such a cool ass game. Look at that, yeah. So yeah, it's still hovering around the 150. Of course, you can get it in Japanese for $80. But yeah, so it's still out there. Okay, same here. Havutagi. Wait, what am I missing? Never saw that in person till recently. No idea how much it was. Gunnak was complete in box. That's fire. I'm gonna look at that. What is Gunnak going for? Let's share again. Because what they're trying to sell that for on eBay. Okay. Yeah. What is that? That must be new. Factory sealed. Boy, I buy games to play them. We don't do factory sealed around here. We do sometimes. So I'm not sometimes. Okay. Oops. Is that how I spell it? Wait, did I spell it wrong? GNAC. Okay. C. I'm gonna go CIB. Yeah, you can't even find it on. They ain't got it on eBay. They said nope. I need to get Smash Brothers again too. That was one of the games that was stolen from me. I didn't get back. I'm glad the Legend of Dragoon dropped down in price. That was also one of the games that I didn't get back, but I did just replace it for like $35. So Eternal Poison. That's a game I wanted to play. Okay, $100. God Hand. That's such a great game. But anyway, yeah. I don't even see that. But say you don't want to know. Hey man, still like, but like I said, if it's that one, okay, I think that everybody should be able to do it to like 1 or 2 games. You know what I mean? Like shell out that money, no big deal. Okay, everybody should get that. I wonder if I put gun nut with the dash in it, will it pop up? It should have popped up with that though, because I think it does have a dash in its name, like that. Let's see if that makes all the difference. Sheesh! Actually, it did make a difference. Check that. Yeah, let's look. We got one listing. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Gun Knock is like a top-down shooter, right? It's like a shooter. Let me. And that wasn't that. What's the one game? It's. So never mind. I'm thinking about something else. It was 1992 Repa or something like that. It was a fan made game, and then they just went like nutso on it. That one is super expensive now. May have a space gun neck. Oh, okay. So now I'm looking at one here. Let me share it one more time. We'll get up out of here. Okay, pull it up one more time. Okay, but yeah, look, that copy right there, $500. Okay, 40% off. It was 800. Okay, that's the U.S. price with coupon code. Okay, but you know, like I said, look, if you it came with the book too. Okay. Oh no, it's complete in box. Look at that. Okay. So hey, if you want another copy, okay, you can buy you another copy right now. Okay, hey, look, $39.99 for 12 months. Okay, with PayPal. Okay, that's how I was feeling on my cinema camera though. I'm like, man, I can get that John for I can't remember how much that was for me. That Canon C200. But yeah, hey, maybe I'll get a target like that. But yeah, look at that, $62 for 2 years. Okay, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. But that's a camera I've been looking at for years now, and I'm like, man. But honestly, the stuff that I'm making right now, like I can get quality very similar to that with the equipment that I have right now. And in some ways, the cameras that I have right now do better than that camera. So it's like, do I need to shell out another $1,500 for a video shooting camera when, like I said, this A6400 can shoot some nice video when I hook it up? Not as nice C200, but hey, it's still pretty good. Okay, this R8 behind me definitely gets close in a lot of ways. Like I said, it shoots 10-bit 4K, where that shoots 8-bit 4K, but that can also shoot raw video, which this can't do. Okay, but my S5 upstairs, it can shoot 6K raw. So I don't know. I don't really need the C200, but I'm like, man, just like I want it just because I wanted it and just want to check that off my list for some reason. But I paid 900 Canadian, cost me out of pocket 400, 500 was for day. It was free-ish money from work. That's wild. Hey, but you know what? You got it though. And honestly, that's one of those games. Like I said, when I was talking about getting the market crashing, most of those games are going to crash in price, but some of them will hold their value just for the rarity. The fact that you got it complete in the box, especially when you're talking about cardboard from like 40 years ago, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not going to drop too much in value if you ever want to sell it. But I'm sure, like I said, most of my collection I don't plan on selling. Like I plan on having it until I give it away, and somebody can inherit my collection one day, you know. So, but yeah, I don't plan on just like it's crazy to think about though, because my current collection is worth about 40 grand, and I'm like, dang, like that 40 grand could buy me a new guy. I'm sitting here, I got a $40,000 video game collection, and I'm driving a beat up Honda Civic. And it's like, why am I doing? Like, I could, you know. So I don't know. But like I said, I'm in the process of hopefully buying maybe like a Jeep or something in the next few weeks. Something like I said, I need a small SUV, something I can travel with, preferably with 4x4 capabilities. Okay. I live in Kansas. It's not too rough in Kansas, but there are a lot of country highways, a lot of kind of dirt roads and things like that. If I'm traveling, be nice. I'm right next door to Colorado. Okay, and I got 8 hours west of me, I'd be in the Rocky Mountains. 8 hours east of me, I'd be in the Ozarks. So it's nice to have a car like that that can get down and dirty. So yeah, but yep. But well, guys, it is 11 o'clock. We've been almost 2 hours in the stream, so that's good. I always say I'm going to stream for an hour, and then I always do two. So I think hour and 45 is a good amount of time. Thank you again to the Savage, aka my girlfriend's little brother, for chilling in the game room with me this afternoon, and like I said, motivate me to set all this up. Without him doing that, I would not be live streaming tonight. Ways and Games, I'm definitely going to hit you up on Facebook, okay? So we can collab on something. Maybe something again with video game music. I was going to make a sequel. I made a video of top 5 like video game theme songs to me of all time, but honestly, I could have did like a top 10 or 15. So yeah, maybe we can do some video game music or something like that. Whatever you want to do, okay? Also, I've been wanting to reach out to like Generation Pixel. Okay, I'm gonna hit him up after this too, or Ken's Game Collection. I need to talk to one of my buddies in PAL territories because I got some things I'm going to talk to them about. Okay, so yeah, but again, maybe a collaboration will be fun, and that'll definitely motivate me to do some filming because it'd be somebody else I have to that's relying on me as well. So I definitely want to make sure I don't want to look bad, and put some content out. But yeah, so that is some pickups. Okay, this is the new setup. That's what's going on with that PlayStation Move video. I'll go ahead and Waves and Games is right. I should just make something in the meantime so you don't get like this 8-week hiatus between videos. I know I'm slow cooking one right here and, give you something else to eat off of in the meantime while I try to get in touch with the developer of the Move Racing Wheel and get some answers as far as that goes. So if you like this live stream, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, you'll be glad you did. I do believe that's all I got for you. Lightsaber Samurai out. Peace. Gameplay Unknown. Have a great night. To the others in the